crashing, fatigue, overeating, brain fog, zombie skin, irritability, chubbification, injury, dizziness, and constipation. There's a lot that can go wrong when we're dehydrated, and in Ramadan, it's extra hard to stay hydrated. Here's how to get it right, inshallah. What is hydration? Simply, hydration is the level of fluid that we have in our body that enables us to do everything from the smallest cellular function to our most complex and abstract thoughts, or even the moods that we feel. Really, everything in us uses a fluid to function and to occur. Now, this fluid is made up mostly of water and a small amount of mineral salts known as electrolytes, sodium being the key player here. Now, we lose our hydration through four main ways. Number one, urination. Number two, breathing. We breathe it out. Number three, it's through sweating. You know, if you're in a hot place, you're working out, you sweat it out. And number four is through number twoing, if you know what I mean. And we regain our hydration levels through drinking water or other fluids, and also through eating moist foods. Those are the primary ways we get hydrated. About 60% of our bodies, if we're a man, an adult male, is made up of water, and then about 50% if we're an adult female. Now, some interesting things start to happen when we become dehydrated, or that percentage of body water we have starts to go down. For 1 to 2%, we start to lose focus, we're going to get headaches, we're going to feel dizzy and fatigued, our physical and mental capacities are going to really start to feel a bit off, and any physical activity that we have will feel harder. And this is only at 1 to 2% less hydration, or dehydration rather. And a lot of us were able to function adequately well in this state. And unfortunately, when we live in this state chronically, you could think of our lives kind of in a diminished way in all those ways, mentally, physically, and even emotionally. Now, when we start to approach 4 to 5% of dehydration, it's the same symptoms as before, except they start to get a bit more severe. Our lips are going to start to crack, our muscles are going to cramp up when we do physical activity, our joints are going to ache, our skin is also going to start to lose its elasticity, giving us a bit of that zombie skin, really dry. And we're going to be really brain fogged. It's going to be hard to concentrate, really hard. You know, you might actually start to see things or get dizzy on the road. It's not a safe place to be. And while fasting, you're going to want to tone it down, relax, just stay at home, turn on the air condition, lie down, don't talk. You know, talking, we lose a lot of hydration actually through the act of speaking. So try not to talk, try not to do physical activities, hold on till iftar time, you know, read Quran silently, or do whatever it takes to wait until that blessed moment where you can slake your thirst. Now, things start to get really interesting when we start to go towards that higher level of dehydration, the more severe level, which you could say begins at 6% and ends at 10%. So from 6 to 10% of dehydration, all the symptoms from before, they're there, but they start to get pretty dangerous. They start to go in a much more severe kind of state. You're going to get very, very thirsty. Your skin's going to get very dry. Your mouth is going to dry, and your eyes are going to sink in. They're going to get that ghastly look. And sweating will be very difficult, or it's just not going to occur. And the same thing with urine. And urine will also probably be very dark in color. You know, that's a sign that we're very dehydrated. We might want to consider, you know, just like hibernating until iftar, or if you're an at-risk population, maybe even consider breaking your fast if it could get too serious and you could start to damage your organs or other things like that. Now we can also overhydrate, and this is known as hyponatremia. And basically what that is the amount of water in relation to the salts within and around our cells is out of proportion, and the concentration of the salts doesn't match how much water there is. And that could really mess up our cellular function, and we want to avoid that as much as possible. The key is to drink just the right amount. Now, there are 4 causes of not hydrating properly in Ramadan. Number 1 being confusion. What to drink? how to drink, how much to drink, things like that. So what to drink? Okay, it's iftar time, the adhan goes, and then on the table you have qamar ad-din, you have sirap bandung, you have chai, you have boba tea, you have soda pop, you know, you have all these kind of really refreshing and energizing drinks that are really pleasant to drink, like, oh, I feel so good, alhamdulillah, and you get started on eating. Now, those are great drinks. I'm not telling you not to drink them. Don't be the tradition abstaining weirdo and when around your friends and family and guy, who does he think? No, by all means, drink the drink, but don't make them your primary means of hydration. So the issue we have with them is typically there's a lot of added sugar to them, a lot of excess calories that we don't need, and a lot of things that are averse to us being our healthiest selves or to performing our best during Ramadan at night. So a better option, two better options would be, number one, infused water. So the most basic form, you just get water and you put a pinch of salt in it. A fairly decent pinch for a liter of water and a small pinch for a glass of water. So what that does is it'll give it a nice mouthier feel. It'll give some electrolytes, remember sodium, and it'll also, you know, make it go down a bit smoother. Now to enhance that infused water, you could start to squeeze some lemon, you could put some fruits in it, maybe cucumber, apple, things like that, maybe even cold soak some tea in it rather, you know, enjoy all the herbal benefits of that and really make the most of that. That's a drink that it's cheap, it's available, it has health benefits, it's not going to take away from your blood sugar too much, it's not going to, you know, add a lot of calories that you might not want, and you can have access to it throughout the entire night. That should be your primary source of hydration, and still drink those other drinks. Now the second form I would recommend is something like a leban or a kefir that's diluted, so it's not quite so thick, but you still get all those probiotic benefits, and really it causes your stomach to relax and not feel so much digestive stress. So you have that, and to enhance it, you could blend it, you can make a little bit of a smoothie out of it, put fruits with it, and really enjoy it. That's also a very good option. Oh, how to drink. Oh, it's iftar time, you've been so thirsty, oh, your throat is so itchy. You listen to a guy telling you it's important to be hydrated, and then you just guzzle and guzzle and guzzle away. That's going to lead to a few issues. Number one, you're going to use the bathroom and just empty it all out super quick, but you're also going to feel really bloated. You're going to be like a big water balloon just sloshing around like, and then when it comes for prayer time, it's Allahu Akbar. You're really not going to feel good. You're not going to be able to focus, and it will take away from both your hydration and from your joy and experiencing of Ramadan itself. So a better option here, follow the sunnah. Just sip. You know, take your time, Bismillah, alhamdulillah, you enjoy it, you allow it to enter your stomach and gradually expand. Think about it, your poor tummy has been shrunken all day, it's been so thirsty, like, and then you just like, you pour all this liquid in it, it's not going to feel good, it's not going to absorb it well. Take your time, enjoy whatever beverage you're drinking, and sip it. So how much to drink? Remember, we don't want to overdo it, but we definitely don't want to underdo it. So a good number to aim for is, if you're a man, try to go for 3 to 4 liters of liquid throughout the night. If you're a gal, try to go for a gallon. Sorry, that was a pun. Try to go for about 2.5 liters to 3.5 liters. Just a little bit less if you can handle it. So a good metric to go by if you're hydrated well enough is just check in on your urine. If when you go to use the washroom, and it should be quite a few times during the night actually, make sure it's kind of clear or opaque in color. Don't go for, if it's brown or if it's dark yellow or even yellow, you've got some work to do. You've got to drink. Sorry for the TMI, but it's your information, not mine. If it's brown. The second cause of not properly hydrating in Ramadan is neglect. We just don't give liquids and fluids their due respect. Picture the scene. Allahu Akbar, iftar time. You eat that date, Bismillah, alhamdulillah, it's good, you spit out that seed. But then, what do you go for? After being hungry all day and fasting, and you smell all these delicious foods, and you hear the people around you crunching on them. You see samosa, pakora, kataif, kibba, you know, like jalebi, all these super fried delicious monstrosities that come out of nowhere except during Ramadan. You know, you see them and you gotta have them. You don't have time for the water, so you just have to eat those things. Hold up, calm down, give the water its due, give the beverage its due. Because the whole list of all those fried, delicious, gourmet things goes along with a list of negatives that we experience when we don't prioritize rehydrating. We are prone to choking, bloating, you know, overeating, and really not feeling or being our best selves. So do your best to give hydration its priority. And you can do this in a few ways. Number one, you prepare in advance. So you make your drink, your infused water, your lebna, whatever have you, and you keep it with you on the side, closer to you than those other temptations. Thus, you're much more likely to partake in it rather than going to those other things. No matter how delicious they are, if they're further from you than your priority, you're going to go for your priority. Now, if you're going to go out to a masjid or to a house or anything, you just bring your drink with you. Don't leave it a chance. Make sure you have it with you. The third challenge that we face for rehydration in Ramadan is discomfort. See, sometimes the drinks and beverages we prepare, they're not conducive to a good and easy digestion. They could be too cold or too hot, and we try to drink them and it chokes up our throat. It's like, I can't do this. And it really doesn't feel pleasant. So the other thing is, again, our drinking habits. If we're drinking too much too soon in a very aggressive way, I've got to rehydrate, it really can cause us that kind of discomfort and that sloshy feeling that interferes with our whole night. So 2 things here. Again, prepare your drink, make sure it's something you know you can handle well and won't cause you any digestive stress or make you feel like that water balloon. And also the way you drink it. Control the way you drink it, sip it, don't guzzle it, be reasonable. So nothing is worse really than like losing out on our blessed nights in Ramadan because we're in pain, we're bloated, we're sloshing, we don't feel good. So if this happens to you, take your time, prepare a drink you know will make you feel great, and drink it in a way that'll make you feel great. The fourth struggle that we could face for rehydration in Ramadan is suhour. You have one tiny meal, maybe tiny, maybe not. You have one meal to make up all the energy and all the kind of vitality and strength for the whole day. You know, that's a lot of pressure and a lot of responsibility on just one tiny meal. And you also have to drink for that. So what it really comes down to is 2 things. Number 1, time management and preparation. So for time management, you have to allow yourself time to wake up and actually eat your food. It might be 20 minutes for you, it might be 40 minutes for you. It really depends on how much time that you as a person need individually. Now for preparation, making your food in advance is a very good idea. Or having food that you know you could cook up really quick, like a cereal or an oatmeal or something like that. That's a really good idea. And making sure you actually have it, because during Ramadan it's very likely that food can mysteriously disappear in the night. Now, if you do have a lack of both time and preparation, you have to give yourself a triage. So you have to decide what's the biggest bang for your buck, basically. So go for very moist foods. Again, yogurt, stew, nice, fleshy, juicy fruits, things like that. They'll make you feel full, they'll give you some nutrition, and they'll hydrate you. If you can, also manage to drink. And remember, drink reasonably and in sips. Inshallah, you could do it no matter how little time you have. Now, here's a bonus tip to stay more hydrated during Ramadan. Mind your breathing. Try to breathe in and out through your nose. Remember how earlier one of the main ways that we lose our hydration is through breathing. So when we breathe in and out through our nose, we retain a lot more moisture. We don't just breathe it out. Like imagine you go to a mirror or a piece of glass and you go, ah! All that kind of moisture you see on that is constantly going out throughout the day. But if we breathe in and out through our nose, we really conserve that. Our mouths, they stay a lot drier. We don't lose out our saliva. We build up more saliva, which helps with our digestion too. And also it helps to calm us down. So when you breathe in and out through your nose, it's kind of that meditative type of breathing that puts you in a relaxed state. So your mind can settle down, especially as iftar time is starting to approach and you're like, I gotta eat. It'll help you calm down. Your heart rate will slow down. Everything will feel a bit more manageable and a bit better. all from breathing in and out through your nose. Now, how to do it? It could be complicated, the art of breathing correctly, but just a simple way to do it now is in and out through your nose. But the key is to flare your nostrils. A lot of people have difficulty when they breathe through their nose. Instead, they breathe it in and they pinch it through like that vacuuming effect. So you have to flare. You're not getting angry, just flare your nostrils a bit and breathe in and out. Inshallah, it'll help you in so many more ways than just staying more hydrated. But if we breathe in, it's important to look at hydration as a process and not as a state. So if you look at it as a state, being hydrated, good. Being dehydrated, bad. I invite you to look at it more like a process, a continuous using, losing, and regaining of our fluid. So that way, it's a lot easier on you to understand the natural process of it all. Inshallah, I hope that's been helpful for you, and I hope you have a blessed fast, a wonderful break fast, and a blessed Ramadan, inshallah. You got this. Bismillah.